What's going on, everybody? I'm Dr. P, and welcome back to another video right here on the channel, and thanks so much for stopping back by. Now, in today's video, we're going to look at the future of Season X. We've got a number of leaks, a number of theories to go over about the map's future and what's to come very soon. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new for near daily Fortnite content covering the latest and greatest on what's going on in the game. Alright, so with Season X, as I'm sure you know, we got the Dusty Depot back, we also got the factories back, and with the addition of those two places, speculation has been going around about what other places could come back this season. There are actually a number of hints on the map that seem to signal the return of some other places as well. Let's start out at Paradise Palm. There is a sign that says now entering paradise, but as you see, it's covered with green. It looks almost like a swamp, and if you'll recall, Paradise Palms is in the exact same location as Moisty Mire was, and this sign seems to look a lot like Moisty, or at least have the same color scheme and general appearance that Moisty did. In the northeastern corner of the map near Sunny Steps, there is actually the Risky Reels sign that has reappeared, and if you take a look at it, it says prepare for a collision. Now, I don't know if you remember, but the sign here actually changed almost every week back in Season 4. This was one of the main sayings that was on the sign, probably the most important thing it said. As I'm sure you can guess, it definitely had a huge storyline implication. The sign reappeared almost in the same location as the original Risky Reels was. But that's not all. Near Polar Peak, there is a toilet that has appeared with this season. It looks almost the same as the kind of toilet we had at Flush Factory way back when. Now, the thing about this is it's not in the same location. If we're getting technical, Happy Hamlet is the actual location of the old Flush Factory, but it's close enough, and definitely I think we can get the gist of it. As we know, Fortnite has said that over the course of Season X, the world you play in today may not be the world you play in tomorrow. So is it possible these hints are actually signaling what's to come later this season? Could we be getting back Risky Reels, Flush Factory, Moisty Mire, and potentially even more places? It would not surprise me at all based on the way this season is going right now. In the comments section below, let me know which one of these three potential places you would like to see return the most between Moisty, Flush, and Risky. For me, I would probably have to go with Risky Reels. I missed that place. It was a great landing spot. For some reason, that always just stuck with me. So, at Dusty Depot, in the gray warehouse, there is actually something set up there that looks like someone or something is building something inside the warehouse, and there have actually been 4 leaked stages for the warehouse, and we are currently in the second stage. Courtesy of Fort Tory on Twitter, you can see how this is going to go down. There is going to be some kind of central control room, a whole structure built there. There's a desk and a chalkboard. It looks like someone is setting up shop here and definitely working on something long term. I was streaming yesterday, and you guys actually pointed this out to me at first. I thought it was super interesting. I was talking with the chat about what we think that might be, who might be working there, and a pretty resounding answer from the chat was the Visitor. Now, we know the Visitor is loose somewhere on the island doing something based on the fact that in the meteor, his escape pod is open. He's not in there, and of course, back in Season 4, when the meteor originally hit the map, we know that he was indeed inside the meteor, so we have to assume the empty escape pod in the meteor is in fact the Visitor's. Back in Season 4, we know the Visitor's ultimate goal was to launch the rocket. For what reason, we still don't know. His intentions are completely unknown. But what if the Visitor, back a second time, is in the warehouse here working on something similar? Maybe he's working on building another rocket or something else along those lines to carry out the plan that he could never really get accomplished the first time. Here's another tweet from Fort Tory. He says, Rift Beacon threat. So a Rift Beacon got added to the files. It has connections with the Nexus, the Rift, 0 Point, and it has sounds in the Athena/events file, which basically means there is a high chance this is for Battle Royale. It's interesting that it's in the Athena events file. Athena, in case you don't know, is just Epic's way of designating Fortnite Battle Royale instead of Fortnite Save the World in the files. So we've basically got it confirmed that this Rift Beacon, whatever that is going to be a part of some kind of event this season. This is really one of our first looks and first clues at what kind of event we should expect later on in Season X. So something even more interesting than that is the the fact that the Rift Beacon itself from the coding has appeared in Neo Tilted. It's currently in Neo Tilted right now, which is insane. I'm going to be very curious to see how this plays out and what this actually changes on the map, if anything at all, which it most likely will. Oh man, the leaks just keep coming. Apparently, Tilted Towers, I guess I should say Neo Tilted, is going to get yet another change this season, changing into Tilted Town. And this apparently is from the files and is our first look at the new POI. In a nutshell, it looks like it's a much less advanced Tilted Towers. Of course, the original Tilted Towers was kind of like a modern city. Then with Season 9, we got Neo Tilted, and that was a super advanced utopia. Lots of stuff going on there from the future, and it looks now like we're going back to a more simple version of Tilted Towers, similar to probably the original, which I'm probably on board with. I know a lot of people dislike Neo Tilted and thought that Tilted Towers, the original, was a lot better. We're not getting the original back, but we're getting something that's closer to the original, and I think that's something most people can get on board with. We're not exactly sure when we're getting this updated Tilted Towers, but it sure as heck looks like it's coming our way relatively soon. We're still in the very early stages of Season X. We're only a couple days in, so I'm guessing maybe in the next update or two we should be getting this, or at least some sign of this happening. I'm personally really excited about it. I'm really happy to explore a new Tilted. It's always fun when they update a huge, super popular POI like that. Here's yet another tweet from Fort Tory who says, all in all, it's hard to tell what this exactly is for, but it's definitely interesting. By the way, he's referencing the Rift Beacon in Tilted. Might be a beacon that activates the Rift and lets Neo Towers change to Tilted Town? I don't know. Let's just wait and see. And I think, honestly, Fort Tory is on to something. Why else would there be a Rift Beacon in a place we know is getting updated very soon? Maybe this Rift Beacon is going to travel around the map over the course of the season and use Rift technology, I mean it is a Rift Beacon, to transform various places back to previous or future versions of itself. We've already established that the Rift Beacon is going to be a critical part of some event this season. I mean, that's in the coding. That's not me making that up. That's just a fact. So is it possible that the event this season could just be a super long, dragged out thing where the Rift Beacon will go around to different places on the map and change them to different places? I think that's an interesting theory. Something else to bear in mind. Of course, we know the Rift Beacon, as it's explained in the game's files, has connections to the Nexus, which of course is the orb that exploded, creating Season X in the first place. And if you didn't know, this is a fun fact, you can actually go inside of the orb in Loot Lake, and it acts as a permanent rift. You can go in there and it shoots you back up in the sky, much the way a Rift to Go did, or any other normal Rift would. Do you see any connection at all there? We have a Rift Beacon, which we know is an integral part of some event this season, and then we also know that it has connections to the Nexus, which currently is acting like a Rift, and we know the Nexus has this insane amount of power. I mean, it was able to help the robot defeat the Caddis. It single-handedly created the season. It brought back the Meteor, Dusty Depot, and the factories. Clearly, there's an insane amount of power inside of the Nexus, and if this Rift Beacon is connected to the Nexus, then we're in for something huge. Guys, if you have any ideas, theories, suggestions, comments at all, leave them below this video. Hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Instagram, my Discord, any way you can get a hold of me. I would love to read your ideas and possibly give you a shout out and feature you on one of my upcoming videos if it is a good enough theory. I'm really interested to see how Tilted Town is going to play a role in the storyline, and even more than that, I'm super curious to see where potentially the Rift Beacon could go next to create even more places. We know there are strong hints around the map signaling the return of old POIs like I showed you in the beginning of the video. I wonder if the Rift Beacon would be involved with those places returning as well. We're very early into the season, but it's very clear that more so than most seasons in the past, straight from the get-go, Season X has an insane amount of mysteries and secrets, and so much stuff already going on, an insane amount of theories already happening. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen, and I'm really excited about the future of Season X and more to come very soon. If you want to be fully updated and kept in the loop, make sure to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the Fruit Faction family today, and help me get closer to 450,000 subscribers. Also, check me out on caffeine.tv, that's where I live stream. Come join up and be a part of the fun. We always have a great time over there. And with that said, I thank you for watching. I'll catch you in my next video, and until then guys, stay cool, take it easy, and peace out.